Hello everyone. Just going to do a quick video on what's going on with the banks. I'm paying close attention with everything actually. Got Trump's speech today at the UN. We're going to see how that goes, what he says. All the countries. There's 150 countries now recognising Palestine as a state, dividing up God's land. But I'm also looking at everything else as well, all the technocrats in the UK and America and what they're doing, building the AI infrastructure for the mark of the beast. And I've been researching about the banks. I came across an article yesterday. It was recent, it was this month, talking about loads of bank branches closing down. And this has been happening for years and continues to happen more and more each year. So they're closing more and more banks. So I was looking at the UK and seeing all the branches that have closed. 2023 there was loads, 2024 there was loads, 2025 there was loads. It's going to keep going. The banks are going to keep closing down. And the reason being is because people are switching to mobile banking, digital banking. So the public sadly are causing it. They're bringing it quicker than it needed to happen, because had they not been switching to their mobile digital banking and they used cash and they used the banks would remain open because it'd be what the people would want. But people are going straight to the mobile phone payments, card payments, smartwatch payments. They're not using cash or money as much. They're not using banks, so the banks are shutting down. I'm going to read to you this article and then a couple of others. It's not just the UK, it's worldwide, globally. Looked into America a little bit. America, exactly the same thing. For the last how many years, they're closing all their bank branches down. So it's happening in the UK, it's happening in America, it's happening worldwide. They're closing all the banks down. Some of the super rich billionaires are actually pulling their assets out as well of the banks. So something could be coming. I don't know what. Could be World War III. Could be the emergence of the new system, the New World Order. But all the bank branches in the UK, not all of them, but loads of them, yearly seem to be closing down. We must keep an eye on it because we know that the mark of the beast is going to creep in, and I believe it's going to be chips in the hand and the head to buy and sell with your banking system on it. So let's get into it. So here's the article I came across. It's recent. It was Sunday, September the 21st, 2025, so a couple of days ago. Lloyds, NatWest and Halifax to close 11 bank branches next week. Full list. More bank branches are set to shut next week as a growing number of customers opt for online services. So the people are pushing it. The people are causing it. They're bringing about the New World Order in the mark of the beast system because they're complying. So this is just one lot of banks closing. One article. This has been happening since the pandemic. This has been happening since 2023, 2024, 2025. They've been doing it yearly, closing loads of bank branches down, hundreds a year. Okay, the banks are going out of fashion and people are paying for things on their phone. Now, I will recap later again in the video. They're paying for things on their phones now. They're doing online banking, mobile banking. We've been told by the billionaires, the tech billionaires, that the phones are going to be obsolete by 2030 onwards. They're going to implant them in their body. So if you've got your banking system on your phone, but they've told you they're getting rid of the phones, then you must ask the question, where's your money going to be? It's going to be inside your body. It's going to be the mark of the beast. The public don't understand this. They're on their way to the lake of fire. They don't believe in Jesus and the gospel. They don't know what's going on. But this was the article that I read last night. More bank branches are set to shut next week as a growing number of customers opt for online services. The article reads, according to NatWest, over 80% of their current account holders now use digital platforms, and most new accounts are opened online. Meanwhile, Halifax previously reported a 48% drop in face-to-face transactions at its branches over the last 5 years, according to which banks and building societies have closed 6,214 branches since January 2015. That is actually a lot of bank branches. An average of around 53 closures each month. Here's the full list of 11 Lloyds, NatWest and Halifax branches to shutter next week. NatWest Bank branch closures: Willoughby, September 22nd, Abingdon, September 24th, Newmarket, Suffolk, September 24th, Birmingham, Smethwick, September 25, Yates, September 25, Halifax Bank branch closures: London, September 23, and then you get the idea. Leeds. Now this is just one article. There are many other articles of bank branch closures for different dates and different years. They've been doing this for years, since the Great Cough. If you know what I'm talking about. Jibbity jab in the arm. Nappy on the face. If you know what I'm talking about. They've been doing it since then, closing loads of bank branches down yearly, and it only continues. They are pushing us to a digital surveillance tracking and monitoring system, and at the end of the day, the end of it is going to be the mark of the beast, buying and selling with the hand on the forehead. We'll finish off the article with this part. In part, this is being driven by digitalisation and the growth of mobile banking, but it also benefits the bank's bottom line. So we're being told that the reason all these bank branches are closing up and down the UK yearly, is because people are switching to mobile banking. Now here's the problem, guys. The problem is we're being told that all these bank branches are closing down because people are switching to mobile banking. So they're buying and selling systems on their mobile phones. We have a big problem with this because all the top tech billionaires that own all the social media apps on the mobile phones, that own the tech you use, your phones, they have said that smartphones are going to be obsolete. Zuckerberg declares the end of mobile phones and confirms the tech that's replacing them. Mark Zuckerberg just made a bold prediction that could change everything. Smartphones, the device we rely on daily, may soon become obsolete. A new technology is emerging, promising to replace screens and revolutionize how we interact with the digital world. So his tech that's going to replace phones is the smart glasses on the eyes, and he's got a smart wristband that he puts on his hand. So you're going to be paying with your wristband on your hand, and you're going to be paying with your smart glasses on your head through Mark Zuckerberg's plan. You will not be able to buy or sell without the mark in your right hand or in your forehead. They're going to go on your hand and on your head, and then the final step is in your hand and in your head, which is the mark of the beast. The problem we have with banks closing down because people are turning to mobile banking is they're buying and selling on their mobile phones, but mobile phones are being done away with. So we can see that the world's being pushed towards the mark of the beast. Elon Musk has also got his plan to eradicate smartphones and replace them with brain chips. Phones to go obsolete. Neuralink users will lead the way, says Elon Musk. Elon Musk predicts a future dominated by Neuralink, which is the brain-computer interface chips in the brain. Envisioning its brain chip technology replacing phones, Neuralink achieved a milestone by implanting its chip in Nolan Arbor, enabling him to control devices with his mind or forehead. Musk via tweets celebrated the progress. He's telling you there that the phones are going to be obsolete and people are going to be using chips inside the brain, which is going to be the mark inside the forehead. and the chip's going to be the mark inside the right hand. The phones are going to be obsolete, and your banking systems that are on the phone are going to be inside your body. You're not going to be able to buy or sell unless you have the mark in the right hand or in the forehead. That's what's happening, guys. This is why it's very important that we discuss the things that are happening in the world, such as bank closures and the tech that's replacing the current tech we have now. Bill Gates, or should I say Kill Gates, declares the end of the smartphone era and unveils its surprising replacement. In this article, he was talking about a digital tattoo. It was a digital device, but a tattoo that you put on your arm or your hand or your head. A digital tattoo. So he wants to replace phones with something you wear on your body once again. They're getting on your body to eventually get in your body, which would cause you to take the mark of the beast. 6G smartphones to be embedded in the human body by 2030. At the Davos 2022 meeting in Davos, Nokia CEO Pekka Lundmark said that by 2030, smartphones will be implanted directly into your body. This would coincide with the advent of 6G, there's the number of the beast, 666, 6G technology, which is expected to launch by the end of the decade. So they're going to implant the phone in their bodies. Now, the bank branches are closing because people are switching to mobile banking. Their banking system, they're buying and selling with their mobile phones. But phones are going to be done away with and implanted in the body, which is your bank implanted in your head or your hand, the mark of the beast, at the rollout of 6G. Listen to the man himself as he explains implanting the smartphone in his body by 2030.
To ask when you all think we're going to move from this form factor to something that's on your face, glasses, and when computing's all on the edge.
All right, 50 seconds. Who wants to answer quickly?
I think it will go. It will. First of all, it will definitely happen. I was talking about 6G earlier, which is around 2030. I would say that by then, definitely the smartphone as we know it today will not anymore be the usual kind of the most common interface.
Wow.
Many of these things will be built directly into our bodies.
Built in your bodies, how, you might ask? Well, your mobile banking, your digital ID, which they're passing now soon in the UK. They're bringing digital ID as well. So your mobile banking, your digital ID, and your swab, your electronic keys, they're going to force us to... I'm telling you, they're going to get control in every aspect of your life, and it's going to be in your body. It's going to go on a chip inside the hand or a chip inside the head, brain-computer interface. Elon Musk says that if all goes well, there will be hundreds of people with Neuralinks within a few years. He doesn't just say hundreds within a few years. He says millions within 10 years. Okay, this is his official tweet down below. Update about the second Neuralink device in a human. If all goes well, there will be hundreds of people with Neuralinks within a few years. Maybe tens of thousands within 5 years. Millions within 10 years. So that goes hand in hand with what we just heard the CEO of Nokia say about implanting mobile phones in their bodies. It will be through brain-computer interface and various methods like chips in the hand as well. So it's the mark of the beast that's coming, guys. They're setting up the beast system. It's obvious what they're doing. Right hand and forehead. We're told by Jesus. Right hand and forehead. Elon Musk's Neuralink. And you can do your own research, guys. Go on Google research. Do your own research. Find your news articles. Always put what's going on to scripture to see if, it makes sense. Elon Musk's Neuralink aims to implant chips in 20,000 people per year by 2031. There's that year again, the 2030, Agenda 2030. We just heard him say they're going to plant the phones in their bodies in 2030. Phones are going to be obsolete by 2030. But the problem is the banks are closing down and people are using their phones to buy and sell. So it's going to end up inside their body is what I'm trying to show you guys. Okay? He's Elon alone, that's just Elon. That's not the other tech billionaires. Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates have started their chip companies as well for the brain computer interface. China's doing it. America's racing China. UK's building the infrastructure as well. Elon Musk's Neuralink aims to implant chips in 20,000 people per year by 2031. It is crazy. There's going to be telepathy, which is witchcraft, by the way. Research telepathy. It's witchcraft. Telepathy device for brain-machine communication. You're going to do the blind sight device for restoring vision and the deep device for treating neurological conditions. Oh, come on. 20,000 people per year? No. I think this is the mark of the beast in the forehead. And there are also articles about it as well. Neuralink targets 20,000 brain chip patients by 2031. So, this article was August the 4th, 2025. So he's chipped 9 people in the head so far. But he's saying he wants to do 20,000 brain chip patients by 2031 and then do 20,000 per year annually from 2031. So he's going to be chipping thousands of people in the head. And we're told in the Bible in Revelation 13, there's a mark inside the forehead. That is very concerning, guys. It sounds like the mark of the beast. We got to wake up the people and try and warn them what's coming. The unbelievers, they need to believe in the gospel of his death, Christ's death, burial and resurrection to be saved. They don't understand what's coming. So, as you saw there, recapping from the beginning, the article, we've got bank branches closing down. That was just one lot this month in the UK. This has been happening for years. 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025. They're continuing to close them down yearly. And it's happening in America, it's happening in Europe, the whole of Europe, it's happening in Asia, it's happening globally all over the world. If you research anywhere in the world bank closures, they're closing them down. And it's because of mobile banking. People are switching to mobile banking. They're paying for things on their phones and their bank is on their phone. I have it myself as well. Okay? So, but I don't use it. It's set up on there, but I don't use it. I use cash and I still draw cash out of the banks. I still use the banks. I use cash. I don't pay on card or phone. I use cash and I go to the banks. The problem is people aren't doing that. They're using their mobile banking and they're paying for things with their phone. As you saw in this video, the articles, they're getting rid of the mobile phones after 2030. If your banking system, if all the banks close down, they do away with credit cards, and your banks on your phones, but they're getting rid of the phone, where's your buying and selling? Where's your bank going to be? Well, you're told, aren't you, in Revelation 13, 16, 17, you're told that there's going to be, the man of sin's going to come and he's going to cause the whole world to take a mark in their hand. In it, it's going to be a chip, I think, in the hand or in the head, the brain-computer interface. Otherwise, you can't buy or sell. Revelation 13, 16, 18. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. 666. It's going to be a chip implant in the right hand or in the forehead. People are going to be buying and selling with that in the not so distant future.
good. You okay?
Not bad. 77 pound 350, yeah?
Yes, that's right. Yes. Okay. Doesn't work. Oh, there we go.
How do you do it?
Magic.
Huh?
Magic.
Ah, magic.
We're in China, and this is how advanced cashless payment is in this country. Right, I've never seen this before actually. Wasabi Lays. I'm going to try them. Right, so now I'm going to pay for it. I've left my phone and my card at home. I actually got nothing. Palm pay.
Look at that, how crazy.
Mate, this country is blowing my mind. It's paid with my palm. Register your palm. I'd set your card up, and no matter where your phone is, anywhere in the world, you can pay with your palm print.
It's to do with the vessels or something in it, we were getting told. So however clever is that? That is literally one of the best things I've ever seen. I'm at Whole Foods and I'm about to pay for my groceries with my...
You know, they say we living in the future. This is the future. I don't want to be a part of that. That's why.
That's the coolest thing ever.
In China, you can pay for train using your palm.
There is a strong warning in Revelation 14:9-11 not to take the mark of the beast because you will not be forgiven. Revelation 14:9-10-11, and the third angel followed him, saying with a loud voice, if any man worships the beast in his image and receives his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up for ever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. So whoever receives the mark inside the hand or the head is going to be cast into the lake fire. There's also going to be an image set up of the beast, and the world's going to be forced to bow to it, similar to what King Nebuchadnezzar did with his golden statue, his golden image, when he set it up on the plains of Babylon, and he forced everybody to bow to it when the music would play. Same thing's going to happen again in the end times. The Antichrist will set up an image of himself and cause all who refuse to bow to his image to be killed. And those who do bow to his image, cause all those who don't bow to his image to be killed. And all those who do bow to his image will be forced to have the mark in the hand and the head to buy and sell. It's going to be a terrible time, but we are clearly warned in Revelation 14:9-10-11, anyone who receives the mark of the beast or worships his image will have the wrath of God on them, fire and brimstone. Because there are a lot of Christians out there saying you can be forgiven for the mark of the beast. That's wrong. Shouldn't be teaching it. We're clearly told that you're going to have the wrath of God on you if you take the mark or worship the image. There won't be any forgiveness for that. So that's it for this video. The gospel of your salvation is written in 1 Corinthians 15:3-4. For I delivered unto you first of all that which I also received, how that Christ died for our sins according to the scriptures, and that he was buried, and that he rose again the third day according to the scriptures. The only requirement for your salvation is to believe in that. believe in the gospel of his death, burial and resurrection, and you shall be saved. Because there are terrible times coming. So keep an eye on my channel. There will be more videos coming in the future. There's a lot going on. There's loads of stuff going on all at once. So I will keep in touch with you all. If there's anything important, I will cover it. God bless.